Hello and welcome back to another video on Attractions with Ash, where today I'm going to be talking a bit more in depth about my experience at the weekend. Now, if you saw my video at the weekend, I went to this big concert in a massive forest, in a massive field. If I just described it as just a massive concert in a massive forest, it probably wouldn't do it anywhere near enough justice. What I want to explain in this video is kind of like my experience of that whole evening slash night, really, and would I recommend it to anyone else? Like, not necessarily the event itself, but like an outdoor concert. If you're thinking of going to an outdoor concert in the future, of course, in like the last week or so, we had like big events like Glastonbury taking place. So if you're one of those, like, you know, festival goers and you're thinking of going to a festival for the first time, this is not on the scale of anything like Glastonbury, of course, but I just wanted to share my thoughts. And if you're going to somewhere similar, because I've only been, before going to this event this Saturday just gone, I only went to an event like this once before, and that was an event called Let's Rock, which was in Shrewsbury. It's like an event is like across the country in several different locations, and I went to the Shrewsbury one a couple of years ago. I think it was 2022. Remember that really hot summer of 2022? Yeah, it was absolutely red hot on that day. But this was the first time really that I had ever done anything like this. Well, I say by myself. I was with a friend, but you know, without you know, my family being there. This was a really unique experience for me, and it was a really fun experience, and it went much better than I expected, because I have to say, on the day of the event, and any time that I do anything like this, any time that I go out really, I get a massive bout of anxiety going into, you know, massive public spaces, even trips that I've planned well in advance and I'm really looking forward to. Just whatever happens on the day, I get a massive bout of anxiety. When I got there, everything seemed to go so smoothly. It was really, really well planned out, well organised. Because when I got there, and we eventually got in, when we initially got there, the security, it did take a while for everyone to be processed through. From previous experience, we've had like other people like in our street that have gone to the same event in previous years, and they said that it didn't take that long. In my case, it took about 20-25 minutes, so a little bit longer, and the queue, it didn't move as quick as I thought it would, which was a bit annoying. But eventually we did get in, which was obviously the main thing. There was a tiny little scare initially when I got to the security stage, and the security started checking all of the stuff I'd brought, and they noticed my camera in my bag. Because obviously, you know, I wanted to film the whole experience, and I was really looking forward to filming the whole experience. And they were like, "Is this professional?" And I was like, I think I just about got away with it there. I just about got away with it. So if it wasn't for that, if it wasn't for me being on the bit of the fortunate side, and just, you know, that video potentially wouldn't have existed. We got a nice spot at the back, which was a nice view on the hill. I would have loved to go, you know, down by the front, especially like, you know, down in like the mosh pit kind of area, which was unfortunately sectioned off to like VIP, like I think it was like the Glade. It was called the Glade like VIPers. I guess you could call them VIPers. There's any better word for that? I mean, like the event that I went to before, Let's Rock Shrewsbury, you know, you could go anywhere you liked, really. You could stand anywhere you liked. If you wanted to go, you know, right on the front row, right, you know, near the front where the speakers are blasting, you know, absolutely go for it. You didn't need like a special, you know, VIP, like kind of like segregated ticket. You know, on hindsight, on reflection, I thought maybe it was necessary. I don't know. You know, it was just comparing these two events. You know, they had like similar, very similar to sort of attendances. Yeah, I don't know if that was really necessary. I you know, in my opinion, I thought, you know, it shouldn't be just like the VIP that should be able to get like properly down the front in the mosh pit. I feel like that should have been opened up to everyone else, and you could have had a VIP section. Fine, the VIP section was over like from where we were sitting. It was like over to our left, over to our far left over there. Obviously, well, it looks right on camera, but I guess it's this way because reverse on my camera here. But you could have had a VIP section without having to like segregate off the front. I feel like, in my opinion, that was a bit unnecessary. But hey ho, I feel like for the value of my ticket, my ticket was for a standard ticket, it was about 50 quid each, which for the the quality of the acts and like the performances, I thought was really, really good value. And I think that's something that's really frustrating because I really enjoyed it from out the back, and obviously I got a great view on like the hillside, and obviously I guess it was very convenient place to sit in terms of to like the food trucks and like the toilets. But in terms of the quality of the acts, like it was really good value for money for the price of the ticket. You're not necessarily guaranteed other bigger festivals. There's been many people complaining this year about like the lineups of Glastonbury and it not being to everyone's taste. As I say, the whole 3 performances I can't find any fault with. I'm not a music. Well, I am kind of like a music sort of expert, but I'm not like I'm not like a performance expert. I can't talk in depth about the different quality of the performances. To my ears, they were all really, really good. I'm gonna have to. I think they were called Jermaine Sisters, an Australian. Like I think they're like it was like a three piece, and they were all obviously all sisters. I think I'm gonna have to check them out afterwards on Spotify. I've been meaning to over the past couple of days. Haven't got round to it yet, but I'm gonna have to listen to some more of their songs because I feel like that apart from Ollie Murs at the end, which obviously I was expecting to be brilliant, and it was brilliant, so that was great. But I feel like even though I didn't know any of the songs from the first act, the Jermaine Sisters, I enjoyed that a bit more, to be honest. And it was more my kind of music that I listen to on a pretty much daily basis, really. So they look like a really cool band, and I saw them after, actually. Like behind us, you don't get that at many festivals, really. I don't think. You can get right up close to the acts afterwards. They literally just walk through, because I guess with other festivals, they have like high security with all the acts, and they're kind of like cordoned off, I guess, from everyone else. But no, they just walk straight past, and it was great, really, just being in amongst that all. Really, I really loved that whole experience, and if I was given the chance to do it again, I definitely would. Depends what the lineup is next year. Who knows? I might do it again. Same time next year. It's definitely going to persuade me to do more kind of outdoorsy musical music kind of festival events in the future. And I would definitely recommend anyone doing an event like that. Anyone who really is thinking of going to their first kind of music kind of festival. But doesn't really want to go to anything too large like Glastonbury or Reading Festival or anything like that. They just want to start off small, something like Forestry Live, wherever. It's kind of like Lexrock Shrewsbury that I went to before, but there's several different other like forestry locations. It's a really, really good location. It really is. Obviously, I can't speak for any of the other locations that they do it across the UK, and I would definitely recommend it to anyone. And speaking of outdoor music festivals, I guess I'd say I'll do some more in the future, but I am actually going to one in a couple of weeks' time on the 21st of July, Sunday the 21st of July at Warwick Castle. That's the next one coming up on Attractions with Ash, so I've clearly got the fever. This is a bit of a clue. If I can, there we go, I can work out which side of the camera I'm on. Here we are. That's a bit of a clue as to which I'm going to see next at Warwick Castle. I'm sorry if I've disappointed you with not giving an in-depth like food review. I'd personally recommend anyway to take my own food. It saves a lot of money because more often than not, you know, at festivals, they're going to charge that little bit extra, like they do at theme parks, really. So just take your own. Just take your own. I literally took, you know, I had like kind of like a packed lunch kind of thing, and a bottle of Fanta. So, you know, it was pretty basic, but it did the job. Sorry if I disappointed you when you were expecting like a Gordon Ramsay or Jamie Oliver type in-depth review of like all the food. Stuff like that. I guess you can find that somewhere else maybe, but if you haven't already seen it, it's the last video uploaded onto this channel. If you haven't already seen that video from Cannock Chase Live where I saw Ollie Murs for the first time in 11 years. I'll see you in a few days with another video here on Attractions with Ash. Until then, goodbye!